Hi guys, welcome to my book haul for the month of June. Books have really been piling up at a ridiculous rate, so I desperately needed to get this done. I think I've only got one book to show you for review this time, and I was so excited when I received this because I didn't know it was arriving. It literally just came, and that's A Measure of Love by Sophie Jackson. This is the third book in her Pound of Flesh series. I absolutely loved book one. It was just one of my all-time favourite books. I absolutely loved it. The second one, An Ounce of Hope, was okay, but I didn't like it as much. So I'm very interested to see how this one adds up. And it's a lot smaller than the previous two. So yeah, and this one comes out on the 21st of June. So yeah, was really excited to receive that. I'm hoping it'll be more like the first one, and I really love it, and not like the second one where it was just an okay read. So on to the books that I have purchased. The first one I found in Asda, and that's A Whole New World, A Twisted Tale, and it's by Liz Braswell. And it is the first book in a new series that is retelling Disney stories, and it's putting new twists on them. So yeah, I had to pick this one up because I absolutely love my Disney, and I just loved the sort of first part here. And it says, "This isn't the story you already know. This is a story about power, about revolutionaries, about love, and about one moment changing everything." So yeah. And this tagline here, "What if Aladdin had never found the lamp?" So really intrigued by this. It reminds me of the series by, oh goodness, there's another Disney series and I can't remember who writes it. Is it Serena Valentino? And she's written a few Disney retellings. So yeah, excited for that. Then I purchased a few used books on Amazon. Let's see, are they all together? Yeah, kind of. The first one was Ari Jane by Patricia Park. I've heard a lot of mixed things about this, but it is sort of a reimagining of Jane Eyre. Now, you guys know, if you've followed my channel for any length of time, Jane Eyre is my favourite classic novel. Absolutely love Jane Eyre. I always have a bit of an affinity for Jane Eyre. I just love it. I've loved it from a very young age. So I had my eye on this, but it was always really expensive. And then it was coming out in the UK in a UK paperback, and that was quite expensive as well. It was full price, like £10 or something. And then I found this used from a seller, and it doesn't look like it's been read. It looks absolutely just in really great condition. Yeah, so it just doesn't even look like it's been read. And like I say, it's sort of a retelling of Jane Eyre with, I think, she's half Korean, half American orphan. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this, even though I've heard probably more bad things than good things, in all honesty. But yeah, intrigued with that. And I got it for, like, I think I paid maybe 1p and then had just paid delivery, and it's literally, it couldn't have been in better condition if I bought it new. So yeah. Then I purchased A Kingdom of Dreams by Judith McNaught. This is sort of a Scottish romance read, which I can't remember where I saw it. I saw it someone either hauling it or unhauling it, and I can't remember. And I thought, I'd never heard of this author, and as you guys know, I love my romance novels. And I thought, Scotland, Outlander, romance book, I'm going to give it a try. So yeah, we shall see. It's quite substantial for a romance novel, so intrigued by that. Then I bought... I'm just having to, you know, play Tetris here. This was also one I bought used, and it's The Scottish Prisoner by Diana Gabaldon. Again, it doesn't look like it's been even read. It really doesn't. It's absolutely in fabulous condition, and again, I maybe paid about £4 or something. And I bought this because a lady at work, actually, she was sent into our office basically, and we ended up talking about Outlander, and she told me how it was her favourite series, and I was like, oh my god, I literally don't know anybody else, you know, in my life, real, you know, real world life, that loves Outlander. And she said, oh, have you read The Scottish Prisoner? And I was like, no. And she's like, I don't quite know how it fits in, because I think it's part of the Lord John series, but I can't quite figure out the reading order of this. I don't know where it comes, because when you look at the Lord John, they're all sort of Lord John and the Hellfire Club. So this actually looks like it's really far down. So I don't know. But I picked this one up because she actually lent me her copy, and I don't really like borrowing people's books. So I bought my own copy so I can give hers back, because I was never going to read it in any like speedy manner. And then another one that I purchased to use was The Crimson Petal and the White by Michael Faber. And again, this is in pretty good condition. Again, I think I paid like £2.81 altogether. And I remember I watched the BBC drama of this, and I don't know why I was thinking of it, but I was, and I wanted to rewatch the drama, and I found out it was obviously a book, and I knew it was going to be quite chunky, so I don't know why I decided to go for the hardback, but I have, so Lord only knows when I'm going to get around to this. They'll do some beautiful editions of this in paperback, but it actually worked out cheaper for me to buy it used from a seller in hardback than it was to buy the paperback, so I just got this, and it's a really beautiful edition. It's about a prostitute in the 1800s who becomes someone's mistress, and maybe it doesn't, she's obviously wants the stability, but maybe it doesn't work out so great. So I really enjoyed the BBC drama, so I'm looking forward to rewatching that and seeing how the book maybe differs. Ugh, hay fever is really bad today, guys. I've taken my antihistamines, I've done everything, and I still sound like I have a cold. I don't, it's just hay fever. Ugh, it's awful. Okay, and then the lady that I was telling you about at work, who was the Outlander fan, she said if I liked Outlander, then I should give this series a go. So I immediately ordered the first book, and it's Into the Wilderness by Sarah Donati. And it's about I want to say a preacher's daughter and a Native American. But apparently Jamie and Claire from Outlander make an appearance somewhere in this series. I'm sure that's what she said. So yeah, I'm intrigued by this, and hopefully it will be another series that I like as much as Outlander. That would be really great. Then I've held off buying this for a while, and I think maybe it's to do with price. But I finally picked up The Beast by J.R. Ward. This is book 13 in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. That series is really, really, really going on now. It's really quite a big series, and I've read The King, but I haven't yet read The Shadows, which I think is the one before this. Yes, it is. But this basically goes back to Mary and Rage. We get to see more of them and what's happening with them. So yes. Not how I imagine Rage's tattoo. Rage's tattoo should be massive and cover his entire back. So, not a fan of this cover, really, at all. Then, I don't suppose that this will be much of a surprise to anybody. I picked up A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah Jane Maas. The second book in the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I have not read this yet. I do not know when I will read this. Because, one, it's everywhere and is, you know, everyone's reading it or everyone has read it, so I'm avoiding all of that. Although I have seen a few people's reading updates on Goodreads when they're reading it, and a few things that they've said have made me really hesitant to pick this up anytime soon, because the things that they have said is major pet peeves for me. So I don't know if I will pick this up. I will be picking up Empire of Storms though, pretty much as soon as that comes out, because I think, to be fair, I don't know if it's just because that series is more developed at the moment, because obviously we're going to be like 5 books in to the Throne of Glass series, but for me that one just has the edge, and I'm more interested in reading that at the moment than I am reading that. So, okay, so I've actually picked up some children's classic books lately. That seems to be sort of what I'm interested in at the moment. So I picked up 3 of the books in the Anne of Green Gables series. I already had the first 3, so I picked up the next lot, and these editions are really, really nice. I wish that all my editions matched, but when I bought my editions you couldn't get all of them in the same editions, and yeah, it's just a nightmare. So I picked up Anne of Windy Willows, I picked up Anne's House of Dreams, and I picked up Anne of Ingleside. So yeah, they're all by L.M. Montgomery. And then I also picked up another series by L.M. Montgomery, which I've never read, but I'm really excited to. And it's the Emily of New Moon trilogy. And these covers, guys, oh my god, these. We have Emily of New Moon, which is a beautiful cover. Then we have my favourite one, which is Emily Climbs. I absolutely just adore this cover. It's probably one of my all-time favourites. There's just something about it that I find so striking, and I love it. And then the third one, which is Emily's Quest. So together, these just look so beautiful. Loving them. Loving, loving, loving them. Then, I picked up A Little Princess, and it's in this beautiful Puffin in Bloom edition. And I'm thinking of picking up a couple of the other books in this edition. I remember watching this film as a child, and it's so nostalgic. I've just recently rebought the DVD and rewatched it, and it made me want to read the book, because this I always remember, because it's not a Disney film, it's a Warner Brothers film. And I mean, when I was younger, I was all about the Disney film, but I always loved A Little Princess, and it sort of stuck with me. And yeah, that it's a book as well. Makes me want to read it, and it's just so beautiful. And the end papers, guys, look at that. It's just too cute. And I do think I'm going to get the Little Women edition of this as well, because it's just too beautiful not to. And then a few sort of miscellaneous. I actually went into Waterstones the other day. After work, I popped over to Castle Point, which is like, you know, a little shopping precinct thing. And I, you know, went into TK Maxx and Boots. And then, you know, I went into Waterstones, and I don't often go into Waterstones and buy books, but it was a particularly bad day, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna have a little bit of retail therapy, and I bought a couple of books because they had the buy one get one half price deal. So I picked up The Boy Most Likely To by Huntley Fitzpatrick, and this I found really intriguing. Obviously it's like a YA novel about a bad boy and a good girl, which we know I have a weakness for anyway, but I read My Life Next Door by her, and it was okay. I didn't love it and I didn't hate it, but I didn't pick up what I thought was true. And I read the back of this one, and I was actually really intrigued by this, and I thought this actually sounds like a me kind of book. So I thought that I would give this author another go, and I love the spines of her books as well. My Life Next Door I actually have in the US hardback, so they won't completely match, but oh well. And then I didn't know about this book. I saw this literally on the table there, and it's Eliza Rose by Lucy Worsley. Here we go. And it's like a young adult, or yeah, I'm sure it's young adult, a young adult historical novel set at the Tudor court. Now, I love the historical period of the Tudors. I find it a fascinating time in history to read about, and the time before that with the Wars of the Roses, etc. Very interesting period of history. And the author, actually, I recognised her because I've watched a few documentaries and she's been in them. So yeah, it's about a friend of Catherine Howard, which is Henry VIII's fifth wife, yes. and she's obviously around the Queen and what's happening, and I thought it would be very, very interesting, and I'm looking forward to reading it. And then the last book that I bought was kind of maybe on a bit of a whim, and I bought Billy and Me by Giovanna Fletcher, which is Tom Fletcher's from McFly, his wife. I've seen her books around and I've never picked one up, so I decided that I would give this one a try because it sounded really cute and really sounds unrealistic, but sometimes you just need that in your life. So I thought I would give this a try, and if I enjoy it I will be picking up her other books. So that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you've read any of these books, let me know in the comments down below. If I've added any of these books to your wish list, also let me know. I always love to know. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all soon. Happy reading.